reading segment, we have learned that description of the climate was mentioned. It was dark, thick black clouds covered the evening sky, thunder roared, and the strong wind shook the branches and leaves of the tree in the forest. A tiger was walking through the forest, and it was cold, and he couldn't go to his cave because his cave was far away. He searched for a shelter and found a thatched roof, a house with a thatched roof. I have told you that thatched roof is a roof that is made of hay or grass or something. And just in front of the door, the tiger lay down because of the climate. After some time, the tiger heard something heavy being dragged inside the hut. This was followed by the voice of a woman. That's what we have learned. Then the woman was complaining, "Oh, how terrible the leak is. It is better for me to meet a tiger in the forest than to have this leak in my house." Usually when we say, I have already told you, sometimes your parents say that it's better to purchase a tiger instead of having you in my house when you do naughty things. Isn't it, Chandu? Yes. In the same way, the woman was telling, it is better to have a tiger in my house than to, better to meet a tiger in the forest than to have this leak in my house. Terrible leak because water was coming. You know, something heavily being dragged inside the house. What may be that, Smitiga? This mentioned that something being heavily dragged inside the house. What? Can speak. What may be that?
Water.
Rainwater. Rainwater. Okay, you're almost there.
Rainwater.
Rainwater.
Yes, sir.
Okay, maybe. So we can guess it like this. When water was leaking through the roof, what might have happened? The woman might have placed a bucket or a big vessel there, isn't it? So that the water may not flow into the floor. That vessel or bucket might have been dragged. Okay. So what the tiger heard, what sound did tiger hear? Something heavily being dragged. Sometimes this type of questions will be asked in SSC examination to check your imagination. You should be able to answer. Okay. So the woman was scolding the tiger, sorry, the leak. Now tiger was shocked. Am I not rightly called the king of the forest? Is tiger? Shouting in his ear. So tiger lay asleep. Suddenly he was awakened. Awakened means somebody woke him up by a angry voice. He felt heavy blows fall upon his heads and shoulders also. Tiger also felt heavy blows. Blows means beating on his head, face and shoulder. Okay, now what happened? Let us see. Up to here we have learned last day. I request M. Sri.
Angrily, how dare you run away? How dare you make me walk about in the middle of the night trying to find you? Be careful. One of these days, I'll kill you. Now go home. The old tiger shivered. This must be the leak who has come out of the hut. I would better do as he says or he will kill me. So the tiger allowed himself to be bound around the neck with a thick rope. The mischievous creature then climbed onto the tiger's back and pulled at the rope. Come on, head go home, shouted the voice.
Good. Now the first question. Angida.
Sir.
What did the woman complain about?
Woman complained about the leak in her house.
Very good. The woman complained about the leaking situation in her house. Pavan Kalyan.
Sir.
What? How was the woman's house? How was the woman's house?
It was very old and with a thatched roof.
Okay, very good. Already we have learned all these. some sound was heard. Tiger was lying asleep in front of the woman's hut. Suddenly someone came, gave blows to the tiger and told, how dare you run away? How dare you make me walk in the middle of the night trying to find you? Be careful, one of these days I will kill you. Now go home. This was the word told by someone. Old tiger shivered. This must be the leak who has come out of the hut. Tiger thought, this must be the leak who had come out of the hut. Already woman was telling, I would rather meet a tiger in the forest than to have this leak in my house. So the tiger thought, this must be the leak. I would better do whatever the leak says, otherwise it will kill me. So the tiger allowed itself to be bound by a thick rope.
Gone back.
Yes. The mysterious creature, mysterious means unidentified creature who was beating.
Unknown.
Yes, unknown person climbed onto the tiger's back and pulled the rope and told, come on, head for home. Head for means go home. Okay.
House looked in amazement. The tiger tied to the tree. Soon the news spread throughout the village that the potter had catch a tiger and tied it in his yard. All the villagers praised his courage. They also thanked him because the tiger had eaten many of their goats and buffaloes. They had tried to catch him for many years but had failed. Of course, the potter said that he had done nothing of the sort. He said that he had only brought his donkey home. He did not understand how a donkey could change into a tiger. When he saw the tiger, he fainted. Nobody, however, believed the potter's story. The villagers even praised him for being modest. Soon the potter became famous. Everybody who went him called him the brave potter. The simple potter himself never understood why.
Okay, fine. This is how the potter had caught the tiger. Next day, villagers who were passing that way, what did they see? Anusri, what did they see?
Sir, they saw tiger.
They saw tiger. Just imagine you have seen a tiger in front of some of your village people's house. How would you feel?
Sir, I'll run from there.
You will run from there. Very good. Anjit,
Sir,
have you seen a tiger live?
yes, sir. In zoo.
In the zoo park you have seen. Okay, fine. You might not have been surprised to see a tiger there. But just imagine in your village, you find a tiger tied to a tree in front of somebody's house. How would you feel?
I would feel I'll be very amazed to watching to catch a
You'll be
tiger,
very
sir.
anxious to know how the tiger has come there, isn't it? Yes. The next
Yes,
moment,
sir.
the villagers were passing that way. They have seen the tiger. Soon the news spread like anything. News that tiger had caught. Potter had caught a tiger. The news of that has been spread like wildfire. Everyone in the village came to know. Everyone started rushing towards the potter's house to see the tiger and whether the news was correct or not, to check whether the news was correct or not. Because this tiger had caught many of the goats and buffaloes of the villagers. They have tried to catch him many times, but they failed. Each time the tiger escaped. And they were very happy that the potter had caught the tiger. Potter not only caught the tiger, but also chained it to a tree. People praise this courage. Nobody, however, believed Potter's story. Potter told, I did not do anything. I did not catch tiger. I just brought my donkey home. This was told by the potter. But nobody believed Potter. Without Potter catching, how would the donkey be there? Potter did not understand why people are praising him. Now villagers started praising him for his modesty, being very modest. He's very humble. After catching, he's never praising himself. He never boasts himself. Even villagers called him very humble person. Everyone who met him called the brave potter. From that moment, he was known as the brave potter. Now you can see some 4 or 5 stars here.